Howdy everyone. In an effort to keep busy while I still continue to wait for my canopy frame replacement parts to show up, I've decided to go ahead and start doing a little bit more with my avionics and my instrument panel. So what I've been working on the last day or so, I've been fitting this EFIS to my instrument panel, which is what you see here. This is the GRT 10.1 Horizon EFIS, and it was just a simple matter of determining where I wanted it on the instrument panel, and then obviously cutting out the hole for it to fit down into, and then installing the 4 nut plates that are on the panel itself. So this is now in, at least for now. Of course, it'll have to come back out when I fit and drill and everything else that needs to go on the panel. But for now it's in. It fits just fine, no problem. Oh yes, and on the back side of this is another, I talked about this before in my avionics video. I went ahead and mounted my SafeFly GPS and my Echo ADS-B. So these 2 units are now mounted directly to the back of the EFIS. So I don't know, I think I can. I think I've got everything that I need to make the harness that goes from this. No, I'm sorry. Where's the connector? Oh, no, that is the connector. Okay, so I have to make a harness to go from this connector here to this connector. That's, where is it? This connector down there. So I can make a small jumper harness to go from that connector to this connector. I can do that at any time. And I can also continue to work on, I'm going to lay this down as best I can since the 2x4 fell. I can also continue working on these parts. These are just a couple of items that I had talked about probably quite a while ago, that we're waiting on warmer weather so I can paint them. And that warmer weather came a couple days ago, so I went ahead and painted these couple of parts. This one here is where my throttle quadrant mounts. I'm not going to mount the actual quadrant yet because it's going to get in the way to rivet this in place, but this piece can be riveted in place. I can do that at any time. This piece can get riveted in place, and then this piece is what attaches to the quadrant, and the quadrant itself, of course, bolts to this. But I don't think I'm going to install that anytime soon because I have to fit cables to the quadrant before I actually install it. But I can at least rivet this and rivet that. So that's kind of where I am still. It's kind of filler work. It's not really anything that jives with anything else. It's just some loose end stuff that I figured I can start to dive into a little bit while I wait on all my canopy stuff. I do have some wire that has been shipped, so when that wire arrives, I can go right into the shielded wire that I need to finish up the wiring for the ELT. Once I have that line run, I believe that will be it as far as wires that go through this baggage area tunnel. I can tidy up the wires in there, put that cover on. Once I have the cover on, I can start fabricating and installing this piece, which is the vertical upright that goes from down in this area over top of the cover, and it comes on up and attaches to the cross brace for the seat backs. So again, wire on order, which will finish up that. Once those wires are run, I believe that will take care of everything that runs in this area. I can do the cover, and then I can do this upright. Oh, let's see. Again, when the wire comes, I've run the wires for the right wing. I can start running wires for the left wing to come through here and snake through the spar and over and come out this center area here. That's what all this mess is. I can make a bundle for that wing and run those wires, things like that. Just loose ends. It all has to be done eventually. I'm just kind of doing some of that odd and end type of work while I wait for this canopy stuff to show up. But once the canopy does get here, once these pieces parts get in here, I'm going to jump right back into that and try to knock that out. So I know it's not much, and like I've said before, with the nicer weather, of course my workload goes up with outside work, so work on the plane slows down a little bit, and when that happens the videos tend to come out not as often. So apologies for the lack of content, but that's just how things go. So when things get spooled up, we'll be back. All right, talk to you later.